Whoa. Wow. Where did this come from? This is the first time I see it. Okay, so maybe some Zoom feature. Okay, yeah, this meeting is being recorded. Yeah, okay, so 2x plus 1. First of all, you have to compare the numerator and denominator. That's the most important step. Okay, compare the numerator and denominator. Make sure that it is a proper fraction. So first I check, okay, whether it's in a proper fraction. Okay, the WhatsApp browser is opening. I just going to close my internet. Okay, there's a proper fraction. So if it's a proper fraction, I can see that on top is degree 1, below is degree 3. So yes, consider proper. The top is less than the bottom. So from there, right, okay, when I look at my numerator, remember that there are 3 types. Okay, there are 3 types. First of all, linear. Second, repeated linear, distinct linear, repeated linear, as well as non-factorizable quadratic. So when we look at this, right, we can see that this is actually factorizable. This is actually factorizable. So as per how we deal with a lot of algebraic fractions, right, we always try to leave it in the simplest form. As much as possible, we will try to factorize. So this guy looks like that. Okay. Now, once we can identify that 2x plus 1 is in this manner, we can say, write it in the form of ax plus 1 plus b over x minus 1 plus c over x minus 1 square. Okay. After that, multiply all by the same denominator. So I multiply all terms by x plus 1 bracket x minus 1 square. I have 2x plus 1 a bracket x minus 1 square plus b x minus 1 x plus 1 plus c x minus 1. Now this step is important. Okay, these 2 steps are important. Make sure that you identify the correct form and also you identify the correct template lah. Okay, in fact, this step is the most important. Identify the correct template because that will determine your success outcome. Okay, so from here, right, our job now is to find A and B. So if by now, right, you know that, okay, why you're also asking why is this partial fraction inside like topic 8? It's really because you remember in topic 8 part 1, we learn things like comparing coefficient and substitution. So this is where you apply your skills, where you apply your comparing coefficient and you apply your substitution to find the unknown coefficients. Okay, so if we look at A, okay, if you see x minus 1 appear. So a very good trick, right? If you sub x equals to 1, these two will pass away. Okay, the moment I sub x equals to 1, this one die, I left with a C. Oh, sorry, careless mistake. Okay, this is plus 1. Okay, so the moment I sub x equals to 1, right, you notice that A and B, they will disappear because 0, 0. Then I'm left with C bracket x plus 1. Okay, so with C bracket x plus 1, straight away, okay, you can see if I sub x equals to 1, on your right hand side is 2 bracket 1 plus 1. On your right side is C bracket 1 plus 1. 3 equals to 2C. C equals to 3 over 2. Okay, very, very stable working. Very, very easy to do. Okay, no difficulty level in that. Then after that, another place I can sub is I just sub x equals to minus 1. So if x equals to minus 1 again, B will disappear because this gives me 0. The whole thing passed away. Here also I get minus 1. This whole thing will disappear as well. Minus 1 plus 1 will be 0. Okay, okay, so this kind of tempo, we keep doing it in this chapter here. So if I sub x equals to minus 1, 2 bracket minus 1 plus 1, the right hand side, B and C will disappear. I'm left with A minus 2 bracket square. 2 minus 1 minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 equals to 4A. A will be equals to negative 1/4. Okay. Finally, after that, find your B. So your B, I think you can do anything because B will be the last guy. So to find B, you can compare coefficient of x squared, right? You can sub x as 0. So the last one to find B, many ways. You can compare coefficient of x squared. You can sub x as 0. Yeah, anything goes. Yeah, so because it's the last one. So if all goes well, this will be the final answer. Okay? This will be the final answer. Can one more time? This is A, this is B, sorry, this is A. Then your B should be equals to positive 1/4. So that's your B. Okay? Can for the student who ask for B, I'm looking at your camera. I just want to make sure you're okay. Can Okay, good. Okay, so I go to. So after that, please make sure you all can submit. Okay, so for topic 8, just remember still do submit this on the NJCG classroom. Okay, can So just a reminder, please submit. Please submit your popcorn. Your topic 8, additional practice 6 on NJCG classroom. Okay. Okay. Slowly I go on. Okay. Some of you moving your pen. Is it because you're doing correction or? Okay, all looks okay. Okay. Okay, can. Okay, for lesson, I don't need y'all to be in school uniform lah. So don't I mean, yeah, don't have to. Yeah, just to let them know. Okay, can Okay. Okay, so previously, okay, so this one is the difficult chapter. Okay, topic 9. Trigo will take up a very big part of your life. So if you look at most of your peers across Singapore, those who are doing year 3 mathematics, okay, Trigo, it will actually take up almost a whole term 3. It will take up, there'll be a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think got 4 chapters on Trigo. Yeah, in fact, our geometry circles also take up Trigo. Okay, yeah, so Trigo is a very big portion of your life. Okay, so just to let you know. So when you're in this you're in this for the long run. Okay, H2 mathematics will also rely heavily on Trigo as well. So please do make sure that your Trigo is firm. Otherwise, it's going to affect a lot of topics down the road. Okay, so leave no stone unturned here. Previously, we talked about the Trigo ratio of obtuse angles. So remember, obtuse means that we are talking about angles between 90 to 180 degrees. Okay, or basically angles in the second quadrant. And we can use Trigo ratios of acute angles to find Trigo ratios of obtuse angles. So sine theta, it will be sine 180 minus theta. Cosine theta is negative cosine 180 minus theta. Tangent theta is minus tangent 180 minus theta. So for the whole part 1, if you are, let's say, very lost, like you're like, wow, what's the basic angle? Okay, most important is you take away this. If you can take away this, that's good enough for me. Okay, and also in the second quadrant, only sine ratios are positive. Only sine ratios are positive. So these 2 learning points, if you can remember this from the whole part 1, you can consider yourself successful already. Okay, if you are able to tahan these 2, I mean, you can absorb these 2, that's good enough. Bless you. Those sound you sneeze. I also got morning sinus. Okay, so yeah, so after that we went into part 2. Part 2, basically the idea was that now we can find the area of triangle using like SAS, 2 adjacent sides and 1 included angle. Don't need the height, vertical height anymore. We can find the height of the triangle. Okay, we can find the area of the triangle just by using 2 adjacent sides and 1 included angle. Okay, and also the notation which I recall the last time. Capital letters represent vertices, small letters represent sides, and the small letters are always opposite the capital letter. Okay, A, B is opposite capital B, small c opposite capital C. Okay, so just remember this notation because if not, the sine cosine formula, they all use all this, right? And it may be a bit confusing. Okay, so do remember the capital letters represent angles, small letters represent sides. Okay. Okay, then after that, we did 1.1, 1.2. So you can see how 1.1.2, they test on the Trigo ratios of obtuse angles. Then, okay, then we are up to Up to where, huh? We are up to here already. Okay, can. Okay, can. Okay, so today we'll be starting on sine rule, huh? Sine rule. Okay. Okay, so already, yeah. Okay, we are looking at part 3. Just make sure you all are with me, yeah. Okay. Okay, so for sine rule, what is the sine rule? Okay, for any triangle, how do you apply the sine? Okay, basically, the idea is that you all remember one overarching principle lah. That is right. That is in a triangle, it is very boring. Okay, there are only 6 things to find. There are only 6 things to find. Okay, there are only 6 things to find. Either the 3 angles or the 3 sides. Okay, and all the tools that we are using to find all these 3 angles and 3 sides are basically your sine rule, cosine rule, torcaso if it's right angle. Okay. Okay, so if we look at the sine rule, how do we use it? Okay, it's basically used to find unknown angles and unknown side. Okay, it's basically used to find unknown angles and unknown side. So this is what sine rule is used for. It is used to find unknown angles or unknown sides in a triangle. Okay, whether right angle or no right angle, it doesn't matter. In fact, if it's right angle, we just use torcaso lah. Okay, so if we look at this section, how do we derive the sine rule? Actually, it's quite easy one. Okay, so because the first portion, right, we know that area of triangle can be written in three ways. It can be written in 3 ways. It can be half AB sine C, half AC sine B, half BC sine A. Then, how do we go about finding the sine rule? So sine rule is just like that. You see, if I divide all of them by the same constant, half times ABC, a same constant, okay? Just no need to know. Those in yellow is just for you to like enjoy appreciate the proof lah. Then half ABC, I can see the same guy. If I translate it here, okay. The same guy if I translate here. You can see, I just cancel, right? Cancel. A and A cancel. B and B cancel. What am I left with? Sine C over C. Cancel. A and A cancel. C and C cancel. What am I left with? Sine B over B. Cancel. B and B cancel. C and C cancel. What am I left with? Sine A over A. Okay. Now this one, okay, is in your formula list as well. Okay, if you go and check out the O level like A math formula list, it's also inside. Okay, sine rule is no, not A math, E math. Okay, this is legit inside. Okay, so this is called the sine rule. Okay, it's called the sine rule. Today, people ask you what you learn. There's a name for this. It's called the sine rule. Okay, this is called the sine rule. Okay, very simple, very simplistic, and yet very useful formula. At the same time, I can also say that C over sine C are also the same. Okay, oh yeah, it's at the bottom. So these also the same. These two are the same. Okay, they apply the same thing. Whether you want all the sides to be the numerator or you want to flip all the sides to be the denominator, both are okay. Okay, simple analogy, if 1 over 2 equals to 2 over 4 equals to 3 over 6, I can also say that 2 over 1, 4 over 2 is 6 over 3 lah. Okay, the numerator, denominator, when you flip them, they have the same meaning. Okay, okay so far? Can okay, so the sine rule can be used to determine any unknown side, unknown angle, if given 2 angles and 1 side. If given 2 angles and 1 side, or given 2 sides and 1 non-included angle. Okay, usually this one is a case. It's a case of 2 angles and 1 side. For example, if say you have something like this, okay, 30 degrees, 75, and one side, for example, maybe this side is 8 cm. Okay, and then I want to find this. Okay, then okay, I mean I can easily say that you see these two are connected. These two has a relationship. Black color have a relationship. Green color have a relationship. So if I take sine 75 degrees over 8, that will be equal to, let me just call this x. Okay, equals to sine 30 degrees over x. This is using sine rule. This is using sine rule. Okay, so straight away you can see this one example. Given two angles and one side, I can find the missing side. Okay, I can find missing side. Okay, what about given two sides and one non-included angle? Example, something like that. Example, something like that. Okay, let me put push down a bit. Example, something like that. Two sides. Say this is 8 cm, this is 7 cm. Not included angle maybe somewhere here. This is the included angle. I'm going to put maybe 35 degrees. Then say I want to find something like this. Let's say I call this angle X. Okay, so simple, using sine rule again. Using sine rule. Sine of 35 degrees. Just now I put my angles at the top. Now I put it at the bottom. 8 over sine 35 is the same as 7 over sine X. So from here, you can find angle X as well. Okay, very simple example. Very simple example. Okay, so this is just to illustrate the situation. We probably cannot remember this. I mean, if you can remember, good. Generally, I don't remember this now. Okay, what I do is I just whack. I just look for pairings. I look for the angle at its side pair. Okay, the length and with together with the corresponding angle. The length together with the corresponding. So I always look across like that. Here to here, here to here, here to here. Okay, yeah. So for using this, I try to apply the sine rule. Okay, so you notice for every angle, I always look at the pairing, the paired side. Every angle, I look at the paired side. Okay, and I always try to apply sine rule. Okay, later on there will be a section where you do cosine rule. Okay, then with that we can look at question 3.1. Okay, so just help me look at question 3.1. Very easy one. This topic very easy, not hard to follow. If any point of time you are lost, you just let me know. I can repeat my lesson again. Okay, I can repeat my lesson again. Three point one, 3.2, 3.3. Okay. So maybe just about 15 minutes. Just help me try question 3.1 to question 3.3. This will be the only thing we'll do today. Okay, this will be the only thing we'll do today. After you are done, you can just if you can, maybe just put in the Zoom chat. Say you are done. Okay, Amanda, are you there? Amanda, are you there? Hey, show me your face. Try to show me your face. Okay? Cannot. Try to make sure I can see your full face if possible. Try to push it down. So I can know if you need help or what. Push down, push down. Right. Okay. R is 39 degrees. 9.2. Nine point eight. 13.6. This one is quite easy. This chapter really is quite easy. I think it's much more digestible compared to polynomial. Okay, also hope you all are successful at this. I just put down the answers for 3.1 and 3.2 on the Zoom chat. Okay. I know some of you very eager to check answers, so I'm just putting the answer on the Zoom chat. Okay. Please feel free to text, okay, if you need help, okay. I'm also watching my WhatsApp, okay. Okay, one student very fast already asking for cosine rule. Yes, correct. So yes, that's correct. So for the student who asked this, I think you are very fast now. Okay, the reason, okay, when you talking about quadrant 4 is positive, that is correct. So why is it for cosine rule? Usually we don't consider the fourth quadrant. Yes, because an angle in the fourth quadrant would not belong to a triangle. Okay, because if it reflects, it's not going to belong to a triangle, like what you said. Okay, can. So for the student who asked this, just to talk about it. Yeah, there won't be an ambiguous case. There will not be an ambiguous case because fourth quadrant will never be in a triangle. Okay, when do we need the fourth quadrant? Is later when we are solving an equation. Okay, we are solving an equation. Amanda can see your face, cannot see your face. Can push the camera down. Okay. How come I cannot find? Okay. One of you asked, okay, do I need to just memorize the formula? Yes, correct. More important, memorizing the formula. Okay, there's one student who asked this, so I just want to answer your question. Okay, I'm looking at you. Where are you? Let me find you. Where are you? Where are you? Okay. So the more importantly, when you memorize something, right? Okay, I mean not say it is okay. Of course, it's better to understand it. To memorize anything, it's better to understand it so that you know. Okay, when you memorize, that's maybe that can give you some short-term success. But more importantly, when do you use it? You must know. You must know. Okay, when do you use it? Okay, you use it when you are finding unknown angle, unknown side in a triangle. In a triangle. Okay, that's why the topic here is called trigo. Trigo means three. When you talk about trigonometry, as the name suggests, right? Trigonometry. Trigo means that we are studying triangles. We are studying triangles. Okay, and metry means measure. Okay, so the big picture of all this, right, is that when you memorize this formula, you must know what is it for. Okay, clear enough. You must know what is it for. It is for a situation where you find yourself looking at a triangle and you are trying to find either the three unknown angle or the three unknown sides. Okay, ma? Can the student who asked, yeah, thank you for the question. If you need me to go through, let's say you are not smooth, right? You just let me know. Okay, all goes well, you should be about 3.2 by now. Okay, you should be about 3.2 by now. Okay, key thing is to identify the unknown angle, the angle at its corresponding side. Okay, C paired with angle C, side A paired with angle A, side B paired with angle B. Okay, so from there, then you know how to identify the trigo ratio and the trigo side. If you need help, you can just PM me or just WhatsApp me. Both are okay. Shikai, which question are you at now? Shikai, are you there? Which question are you at now?
3.1.
3.1. Okay. Okay. Help me to do your 3.1 first, okay? Cannot. Okay, then which question are you at now?
Just finished
3.1. Okay. Okay, good. Just get some sensing. Get some sensing. Okay, then you finish all three questions. All three questions. Wow, well done. Okay. Okay, then if you while waiting, you can look at the additional practice first. Okay, do you still have it? Do you have it? Additional practice. Okay. Let's say if you lost it. Let me try to take a photo. Okay, but this one, the additional practice got cosine rule also. Okay, maybe you can look at cosine rule first. Okay, then maybe you look at cosine rule first. Okay, cosine rule first. That part 4, part 4. Okay. I'm not sure between the two different sine rules on the first page. Okay, so okay, one student asked this question. For the student who asked, I'm looking at you like, okay. So the thing is, the sine rule you notice, right? Okay, the components of this sine rule, it can be angles, which is capital letter, or it can be sides. Am I right? Can also. The thing is, of course, I can make the angle known, ask you to find the side, or I can make the side known and ask you to find the angle. Am I right? Can also. I mean, I can use it to ask you to find an unknown angle or unknown side. The idea of this formula, these two, right? Do not worry too much about the difference between these two. They are just two scenarios, that's all. Okay. More importantly, you know this formula and you ask yourself, what can you fit in? What can you fit? Can you fit a capital letter? Can you fit the angles in? Can you fit a side in? Out of the 4, right? Let's say if you have 4 things, right? 2 angles, 2 sides, right? Out of the 4, you should have at least 3. Then the last one will be unknown. The last one is the one you're trying to find. Okay, so far? Can so don't worry too much about the two different situations. It's more of, okay, this one is like they're trying to tell you, like, it's like, you know, if you want to cook fried rice, you can either buy rice, if you want to eat fried rice, you can either cook or you can go and buy. But both give you the same outcome. Okay, so both give you the same outcome. So it's just that you have different ingredients, that's all. You have different starting point, that's all. Okay, so a student asked me to go through question 3.1. Okay, question 3.1. I'm going to slowly go through. Okay, another student asked me to go through 3.2. Okay, okay, 3.1. Okay, first of all, small letters refers to side. For small letters refers to side. Okay, capital A 67, C is 34. So actually the funny thing is, you'll notice that if I give you 2 angles, you can easily find the third one. Okay, so that's JH1 fun facts. Okay, 79 degrees. Okay, so from here, using the sine rule, okay, you can come up with the equation for all 3. So you see, out of this, okay, like out of this 4, right? Out of this 4, you can find what is A already. You can find what is A because A will be the only unknown. So once you have this, right, you see, you can just cross multiply. This means that A multiplied by sine 79 degree is equals to 10 multiplied by sine 67 degree. Okay, so remember, Trigo functions, okay, Trigo, you don't multiply the number in, okay, I think I scared some of you, okay, like sine 10 times sine 67 degree, this is not equals to sine of 670, okay? So just remember, Trigo function, they are very protective one, okay? Unlike the other, they are not common factors, they are not multiple. Okay, I think of them like pregnant mothers like that. Okay, the 10 cannot go inside, man. Cannot go inside the baby, you cannot put the 10 inside. Okay, so don't do this. I've seen kids making this kind of mistake before. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, so please do not do this. So after that, you'll be able to get your A. Okay. Then after that, similarly, you can use this function here. This equation, you can see that I'm given 1, 2, 3. I can find my C as well. Okay, I'm able to find my C as well. Okay, so really no issue. I hope you are okay with that. Okay, ma? The girl who asked. Okay, ma? No, okay. Know how to start? Know how to start? Use your template. Use the template. Put in all the unknowns. Put in all the things you need to find. Okay, with 2 equations, like fraction equals to fraction, one will be known, one you should have at most 1 unknown. Okay, ma? Okay, can. So I'm just going to stay on this slide for about 10 seconds. I want to make sure you know how to apply the sine rule. Okay. Okay, thank you. Wow, I saw a lot of you all done already. Okay, so you just give me a while. Okay, those who are done, just help me check the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 people are done. Okay, slowly, I'm going to flip through. Please make sure you can complete up to 3.3. Okay, make sure you can complete up to 3.3. That's how you know whether you can keep up or not. Okay, Awan, which question are you at now?
I stuck on 3.2.
3.2. Okay. Okay, so I think there are a few students start on 3.2. So I'm going to go through, okay? Can I? Okay. In angle PQR, angle P is 101. PQ is 13.4 and QR is 20.8. So you can see that you are given two sides. You can see that here I'm given two sides and one non-included angle. I'm given two sides and one non-included angle. So from here, right? Okay. First of all, I want to find angle R. Okay, think about it. Okay, I can, if angle R, right? The husband of angle R actually is this one. Okay, so you can see blue color and blue color. Green color is paired with green color. So I do actually have a pairing. Can you see actually I can have a pairing? Okay, so it's really angle R with its opposite side. I can actually form a pairing. So from here, you can say that 20.8 over sine 101 degrees is equals to angle R. Okay, oh, sorry, I should put, if I'm putting the side at the top, make sure you put at the side at the top, 13.4 over sine of angle R. Okay, so if you are, if this equation bothers you, like you don't know how to simplify, actually quite okay one. So you simplify, you see 20.8 multiplied by sine R equals to 13.4 multiplied by sine 101. Yeah, and after that, to get rid of the sine, you just do sine inverse. Okay, you still remember how to do sine inverse? Can The student who asked me, are you start at 3.12 part 1 or part 2 or part 3? I just want to ask if you can text me or you can Zoom chat me also good. Owen, are you start at part 2 or part 3 or part 1?
I was stuck at part 1.
Okay, now you're okay, huh? Now you're okay. Okay, so for part 2, we are looking for angle Q. The fun fact is from part 1, right? You should know that. Oh my. Okay, so you forgot how to take out R from sine R. Okay, so okay, you have this, right? Okay, sine inverse, you go to your calculator, you just key sine inverse. Okay, whether depends on which calculator you're doing. In case you forgot how to. Okay, sine R. So sine inverse. Let's say sine R, you want to bring your R over, you do shift sine inverse. Okay, 0.63239. Okay, so once you do that, you can find your sine inverse. Oh shit. Press equal, and then you get answer. Okay, how? Can Sine inverse, like if you have sine, cosine function, sine, basically R, this one is an angle. What it gives you a ratio, some answer here. This answer gives you a ratio. Basically, it's a ratio. But if you want to find an angle, this is equal to sine inverse. You use the function sine inverse of the ratio. Okay, so just be careful. Part 2 should be easy. Part 2 is just, among all the things that you do, don't forget that you know your angles and polygons in JH1. Mathematics is like that, man. They build a lot of things from the past, okay? And this is just sum of angles in triangle. So that gives you part 2, 39.8. Do pay special attention that when you are finding, for example, here, you notice that even though I use the answer from part 1, I use a 3DP version, intermediate step, okay? Quite important to prevent rounding off error. You notice that you must use the 3DP answer from part 1. Okay, don't use 39.2. If you use 39.2, you're going to get rounding off error. You are going to get rounding off error. So just do be careful, okay? Slowly, I'll show you part 3. Challenging question from where? Challenging question from where? Is it from the textbook or? Need to find the length of the hypotenuse when they give length of two sides and the angle is in between, because I don't know which one is adjacent. Okay. Braden, let me check. Braden, is it okay I address you here? Braden, are you, where's your camera? Braden, are you there? Braden. Braden, okay. Braden, first of all, okay. When it's not a right angle triangle, right? Then we will not say it's hypotenuse. Because hypotenuse only for right angle triangle. Okay, now. Because the definition of hypotenuse, right, is a side opposite the right angle. Yeah, so that's why we okay. How to find the length of the hypotenuse? You are referring to this question. Are you talking about which side are you talking about? Are you talking about this side? This side? This one? This one? Oh, okay. We use cosine rule. We use cosine rule. We use cosine rule. So if you remember cosine, let's say if you have done that, cosine rule, they'll give you a scenario. Given two angles and one included side, right? Included side, huh? Given two sides, given two sides and one included angle, you can use cosine rule to find the last one. Okay. So yeah, because you are very fast, also just to let you know, two sides and one included angle. This is how you can handle your question 7.1 as well as your challenging question. Okay. Okay. Okay, again, if you are stuck, just let me know whether you're comfortable. Okay, okay, I'm going to go to question 3.3. Sorry, one girl asked for question 3.3. I held up for quite long. Okay, question 3.3. Okay, so I want to find angle B, right? Okay, the reason because your sine B, right? Okay, 16.3 times sine 55 divided by 14.3. Your sine angle B here is equal to 0.9337. Okay, so you can see that B, angle B, right, could be in quadrant 1 or quadrant 2. That is why the answers can be in the first quadrant or the second quadrant. Okay, this question is particularly challenging now. Okay, because at the end of the day, don't worry, we won't set so ambiguous one. If got so ambiguous, I will try to hint you a bit. Okay, so usually the idea is that sometimes if you notice the reason why 111 is possible, okay, because this is 111 and this is plus 55. If you add them up, it's still below 180. It's still below 180. But if this angle and this angle add up already more than 180, then it's not possible. Okay, so when we accept 111, we also must take note of the question. Is it really going to be accepted in the neighborhood here? Does it violate any property of the triangles? Okay, so if I look at 111, yes, indeed, sine B is positive. Yes, and also if I add them up, this is less than 180, so still can. Huh? The girl who asked this question, just to let you know. That's why there are two answers. There are two answers. Okay. So what are the possible triangles look like? It can also look like that. Okay, it can also look like this. So you see your angle B can be here. It can also be here. This is how a 69-degree look like. This is how a 111.0 degree look like. So because given a it's possible for me to form two sides that are also 14.3. Okay, that's why it's ambiguous. I just look around to see who is done. Okay, one person, two person. Okay, if you're done, can you just sorry, is it okay if you're done? Just give me a thumbs up or raise hand or something. Maybe raise hand. Raise hand. Then because raise hand can stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're done at 3.3, just raise your hand. Then I can see. Okay, very good. You all can see each other's hands raised also, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, can. Okay, for those who are done, you are free to go already. Okay, so those who are done, you are free to go. Tomorrow we will continue with cosine rule. Okay, yeah. So that's it. Have a good rest. Thank you all for today.
Thank you.
See you, Mr. Fan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.